Hello and welcome to 4i Audio AI Morning Mix. I'm Raina. Today is Thursday, January 29, 2026. Quick roadmap. We'll deep dive into a new ServiceNow and Anthropic deal, big fundraising talks around OpenAI, Microsoft earnings, Micron's massive fab, an OpenAI healthcare push, and EU action on Google. Then we'll speed round the rest. Jesse, ready?
Ready. Quick context for listeners. We'll keep each story tight, call out numbers and dates, and end with a practical takeaway. Let's jump in.
Axios reported January 28th that ServiceNow will deepen its partnership with Anthropic to power its build agent using Claude models. Jesse, what did ServiceNow announce?
ServiceNow said it will further integrate Anthropic's Claude models into its no-code and low-code tooling to let both technical and non-technical users create software and workflows via natural language.
Quick context. Why does that matter for enterprises?
This makes Claude a core automation layer inside ServiceNow. It expands Anthropic's enterprise footprint and lowers the bar for building workflows, which could speed automation inside many companies.
One sentence takeaway?
Takeaway: embedding Claude in ServiceNow bets on natural language automation as the new developer on-ramp for enterprise workflows.
The Financial Times reported January 29th that OpenAI is in talks with NVIDIA, Amazon, and Microsoft about an investment package possibly totaling roughly $40 billion as part of a broader goal to raise up to $100 billion. Jesse, what's the deal here?
Reportedly, NVIDIA may invest up to $20 billion, Amazon around $10 billion or more, and Microsoft is in discussions too. The talks include other investors and sovereign wealth funds, but nothing's finalized.
Quick context. Why would these partners pour in so much capital?
OpenAI needs huge capital for data centers and training infrastructure. Strategic investors like NVIDIA and hyperscalers also secure supply and influence over compute supply chains.
One sentence takeaway?
Takeaway: this would be a major vote that the industry sees AI compute and models as foundational, but deal terms and governance will be critical to watch.
Microsoft reported January 28th its fiscal second quarter results, revenue of $81.3 billion, up 17%, and non-GAAP earnings per share of $4.14. Reuters and Microsoft covered the release. Jesse, what jumped out?
Azure and intelligent cloud revenue grew about 39%. Microsoft highlighted heavy capital spending to expand AI infrastructure and a large commercial backlog tied to AI customers.
Shares dipped after hours. What's the market nervous about?
Investors focused on rising capital expenditures for data centers and slightly slowing cloud growth. The growth picture is strong, but the capex path is a trade-off.
One sentence takeaway?
Takeaway: Microsoft is doubling down on AI infrastructure. Near-term spending pains may be the price for long-term platform gains.
Micron announced January 27th it has broken ground on a new advanced wafer fabrication facility in Singapore, a planned $24 billion investment over the next decade. Company Investor Relations released the details. Jesse, what are the specifics?
Micron's double-story fab will add about 700,000 square feet of cleanroom space and aims to begin wafer output in the second half of 2028 to meet surging memory demand driven by AI.
Why is NAND memory getting this kind of capex?
AI training and data-centric applications are hungry for memory bandwidth and capacity. Micron is scaling supply to avoid bottlenecks and support hyperscalers and enterprise demand.
One sentence takeaway?
Takeaway: expect memory to be a long lead strategic input for AI infrastructure. Capacity expansion is already a multi-year game.
OpenAI announced January 27th the OpenAI for Healthcare initiative, per an OpenAI blog post. Jesse, what's in the initiative?
OpenAI outlined partnerships, product features, and pilots with healthcare organizations to accelerate AI use in primary care and clinical workflows, plus collaborations with life sciences partners.
Quick context. What are the immediate use cases they're aiming at?
They're focusing on clinical decision support, administrative automation, and pilot integrations that preserve privacy and safety. Early pilots will be the testbed for broader rollout.
One sentence takeaway.
Takeaway: healthcare is a high-impact, high-regulation vertical. Partnerships and safety work will determine adoption speed.
The Associated Press reported January 27th that the European Commission opened proceedings under the Digital Markets Act to spell out how Google must give rivals access to Android features used by Gemini and to anonymized Google search data. Jesse, what did regulators say?
Regulators said the step is meant to preserve competition in AI services. The process will produce guidance and possible measures within 6 months, with fines possible for non-compliance under the DMA.
And Google's reaction?
Google raised concerns about user privacy and potential impacts on innovation. The Commission is balancing competition and privacy in its forthcoming specifications.
One-sentence takeaway?
Takeaway: Europe is directing how big platform data should be shared for AI competition. Expect negotiated technical rules over the next 6 months.
The Financial Times reported January 27th that Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei published an essay and spoke at Davos, warning advanced AI could reach human-level capabilities on near-term timelines and urging urgent regulation. Jesse, what was his core argument?
Amodei argued that automation of software engineering and white-collar tasks could accelerate rapidly, citing a possible 2026 to 2027 window, and he pushed for stronger safety and governance measures.
How did other leaders respond?
Responses ranged. Some agreed on urgent measures, while other enterprise leaders at Davos emphasized measured deployment and augmentation, highlighting reskilling and hybrid workflows.
One-sentence takeaway.
Takeaway: the timeline debate is alive. Policy and corporate strategy will diverge unless there's clearer consensus on risk thresholds.
Speed round quick hits. First, xAI's Grok Imagine clip.
Elon Musk posted an AI-generated clip on January 29th showing Grok Imagine using a likeness of Sydney Sweeney. Entertainment Weekly reported it and noted renewed scrutiny over real person likeness and safety policies.
Next, the data center boom piece from Fortune.
Fortune published January 27th on multi-billion-dollar data centers, profiling build scale, resource strains like power and water, and local planning challenges as AI workloads expand.
Geoffrey Hinton's comments on AI in schools.
Business Insider reported January 29th that Hinton praised an AI-supported private K-12 model while warning about broader AI dangers and the need for safety attention.
OpenAI Town Hall, Sam Altman on GPT 5.2 writing quality.
Search Engine Journal reported January 27th that Sam Altman acknowledged writing quality regressions in GPT 5.2, saying trade-offs prioritized reasoning and coding, and that future 5.x releases will restore prose.
Davos CEOs debating job disruption.
Fortune reported January 27th panels where some leaders warned of fast disruption, while many enterprise CEOs argued adoption will be measured and emphasize augmentation and reskilling.
Clawdbot rename after Anthropic trademark request.
Business Insider reported January 28th that the viral Clawdbot was renamed to Moltbot after Anthropic raised trademark concerns. The creator said the interaction was amicable.
Iluvatar Core X GPU roadmap versus NVIDIA.
Tom's Hardware reported January 28th, Iluvatar Core X unveiled a multi-generation GPU roadmap claiming future families that aim to challenge NVIDIA's Rubin, though independent benchmarks weren't provided.
Vention raises $110 million.
Vention announced January 27th a $110 million Series D to scale industrial automation. The company builds a platform for robotics and factory automation.
BigBear.ai partners with AD Ports Group.
AD Ports Group and BigBear.ai announced January 28th a strategic partnership to co-develop AI customs and border solutions targeting government authorities and port operators.
PVH adopts ChatGPT Enterprise.
OpenAI said January 27th that PVH will adopt ChatGPT Enterprise for design and planning workflows, an example of consumer brands embedding generative AI.
OpenAI publishes the TRUSTBANK case study.
OpenAI posted January 27th a case study showing TrustBank used multi-agent OpenAI models to personalize Furusato Nose gift recommendations, illustrating agent architectures in commerce.
Quick recap. Major enterprise integrations and huge capital moves dominated today. ServiceNow and Anthropic, big talks around OpenAI funding, Microsoft's AI-driven quarter, Micron's $24 billion fab, OpenAI's healthcare push, and EU moves on Google.
Big picture. Infrastructure and platform alignments are accelerating. Money, chips, and rules are converging. Watch partnerships and regulatory steps as the next battlegrounds.
If you found today useful, Share this episode with a friend or a colleague who follows AI. You can also tell us what you want to unpack next. I'm Raina.
And I'm Jesse. Thanks for listening to 4i Audio AI Morning Mix. See you tomorrow.